Just because it's a piece of shit computer. Oh, we're good. Now it's working. Okay, that makes no sense. Check. Yep. Okay. This is really tall.
Right. Let me see. Should it be a red button showing or a black button showing now?
It should be a stop button showing.
Yeah, a black stop button.
Yeah, and it should be counting.
All right. So that means I pushed
Timer.
the red. Oh yeah, the timer. Yeah, it is. It's adding up. It's adding up.
I'm keeping this in here
kilobytes.
too.
All right, good. All right, great. The 57-year-old man trying to figure out technology. All right. Hey, so here we go. All right, so we're redoing our second
round
podcast.
2.
Well, we're redoing it because this is kind of like round 2.2, version 2.2. And the reason is, oh, crap. Hold on. How do
She can be a part of it.
Oh, you just, no. The version 2.2, because the news changed. Like literally,
Yeah,
we did
day.
it. Yeah, the next day the news changed. So we're gonna kind of go over some of the things that we talked about. And in the news that we're specifically talking about is the announcement by the governor that the shelter-in-place is going to be extended until June 1st.
Right, so we were talking about that. So we went in depth about that, but the next day, then even more came up. So
Yeah, that's right.
Let's
even
talk about
even
that.
more after that. Yeah. Okay. So according to the governor, gyms are included in his phase 3 of his 4-phase rollout strategy. Phase 1 is what we're in now, which was everybody shelter in place, very limited access to some businesses. Only essential businesses can operate. Other businesses, like restaurants, you have to have appropriate social distancing, stand outside and 6 feet away from each other. No, takeout only, that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But the disappointing news was that all gyms were placed into phase 3, which he said in a speech the next day that could be months away from opening. And that was the scary part for us, for Diablo. Scary and frustrating. Frustrating because for me, the nature of a CrossFit is that we're away from each other in the gym during our workouts,
Right.
Because we've got barbells moving, right? We need area.
We already social distance.
We already essentially social distance, and because of our large roll-up garage doors, 17-foot ceilings, adequate airflow,
huge building.
and not only that, people that have been accustomed to wiping down equipment after every class anyway, even prior to all of this,
Right.
it seems like being months away is somewhat.
Well, and it's different. I was thinking about this before we started recording it. CrossFit gyms are a little bit different. Like, say you go to 24-hour fitness, it's kind of up to everyone on their own to wipe down their own equipment.
That's right.
Here we have coaches that are overseeing everything.
Right.
So we
that's a good
know
point.
if
Yeah,
someone
supervised.
doesn't. We don't.
That's right.
We know if someone doesn't. I know every time someone doesn't wipe down their equipment.
Right.
And on top of that, we can adjust our class schedule, which we're planning to do.
Right.
And we'll talk more about that, but we can adjust our class schedule to give us time to make sure everything is completely clean.
Yeah, when you
Other gyms don't do that.
Some a buddy of mine posted from he's out in Kansas. He has a gym. He says, "Wait a minute. So the coronavirus is so smart that you can't get it at Walmart, you can't get it at Home Depot, but you can get it at your local gym." And there's a ton of traffic. I've been to Home Depot several times because I'm working on all kinds of projects here and at home, and it's massively crowded. And they actually do a good job. They keep everybody well segregated. Everybody's got a mask on. But once you're in there, right, everybody's touching different things, rakes,
who knows what everyone's been
shovels,
touching.
bricks, right. And then you wash your hands and you go home and it's safe. Here in the gym, we're safer than that.
Yeah.
By a long shot.
Especially in a gym like this where we have people supervising all the
Yeah.
time. It's not just someone working the front desk and you come in.
So I published on social media what our plan is for rollout, and I thought it would take me a little longer to design it, but after talking to Jamie Lee and a couple of others about it, my wife about it, we realized it's actually pretty damn simple, and it's a lot like we run the Open.
Yeah, exactly the same. Right.
Or Grace,
Yeah.
or Memorial Day
That's what I was
Murph.
thinking as a grace. Like you have
Right.
your station set up and you're there and then you're done.
And it's
and
automatic.
wipe
I've talked to a
everything out.
number of gym owners as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to put down gaffer's tape, which is that nice white tape that doesn't leave a residue on the floor because that annoys me. And everybody will have about a 10-foot by 10-foot box, not a 6-foot by 6-foot, but a 10 by 10 box.
Plenty of room.
Essentially your own mini gym.
Yeah.
You'll come in through one of the large 17-foot wide roll-up garage doors. Fans will be going. Air will be circulating from the outside. You'll come in one of those doors, and from there, and that's actually the middle garage door. As you're facing the gym, it's the one on the left. Everybody will have come in. Our app is great. The Diablo app, through MindBody, is fantastic because it allows you to not only reserve a spot in class, but then check into class automatically. So we won't even have to go into the lobby or the front desk. Check in automatically, go to your assigned box. If you're going to open gym, you turn left, go to open gym. We'll limit the number of people that can be open gym any particular time of the day. If you're going to lift weights in the only room, you'll go in there, and there'll be X number of people that we'll limit to there. We're thinking 8 people max. Give everybody safe space. And then if you're going into class, you go into one of walk right in and stand in the box. And in the box, the coach will have the equipment for the day, which has been cleaned by the previous class. Yep. So and then once you're done, when class is over, you'll go out the other garage door. So everybody's coming in on one side and going out the other. Yeah, making a circle. And the one thing that'll be a little bit of a challenge for us, Stephen, will be making sure that our classes don't overlap. So we'll put a 15-minute time barrier in between.
Exactly. That's I think the main thing is that the overlapping class, so you don't have people coming in and then people just can't show up 30 minutes early to class, which is, that's all right.
And it'll start slow. Not everybody's going to want to return right away. Some people want to. Others will wait, a month. Others may wait a couple of months. But I think we'll be certainly fairly busy. We'll have no overlapping classes, and then PTs will be structured only during certain times of the day when the gym is empty. And we can pull it off quite well. Yep. And it'll be comfortable, and I think everybody will feel safe.
And I think that's a good way to ease back into it as well.
Right.
To not just go from 0 to 100 back to normal, because I think a lot of people will be afraid of that.
Yeah, I think so. And that would make me nervous. And our plan is to make people feel comfortable and safe, and we can and I think we can easily do that. I'm actually overconfident, especially since my wife is an absolute clean freak, and she'll know all of the bases to cover to make sure everybody's all the germs are cleaned up.
Sure. That's a good plan, though. I like that.
Thank you.
Very well thought out.
Well, and then so I published that, and so I'm the number of CrossFit gym owners are firing off letters to the governor. We've got a petition going. I'm going to write a letter to the governor this weekend so that I can send it off too. I feel fairly confident, and CrossFit's attorney, by the way, is their activists, their Washington D.C. attorneys actively trying to contact that office in Sacramento and contact them to let them know to see if we can get a reprieve for CrossFit gyms, because we are different. There's no question that CrossFit gym is different than a typical gym.
If you've ever been in a CrossFit gym, it's not the same as a 24-hour.
And not only that, there's been an argument by a number of CrossFit gyms in other states made that we're an essential service in a lot of respects for mental health and literally for physical health and wellness.
Like the people who are doing CrossFit are not the people who are going to be having
that's right.
serious cases.
We cure chronic disease. Yeah. And
chronic disease is what's killing people of COVID.
That's right. So I think the governor's going to relent, myself, and that we could be open even before June 1st.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Especially since everyone was planning, and then 3 days, was it 3 days before?
Yeah, it was. May 4th is when we were. Monday was when we were supposed to open.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
We're gonna start. We're gonna be doing some things in May to kind of keep people happy, and my plan is to be open on June 1st. And I'm gonna, I'm with a bunch of other gym owners that feel like we can do it, and we can do it comfortably and safely. And we're prepared to,
prove it.
We're prepared to prove it and stand our ground on it. So
I like that.
Yeah.
So what are we doing until then?
So we're adding more Zoom classes. We're going to do a 6 a.m. Zoom class. I'm going to freaking get up at Monday at 6 a.m. and do that, and do the Zoom class. Oof. Yeah, I'm coaching it too.
Coach it and do it.
Yeah, coach it and do it. You don't have to get up. Stephen doesn't have to get up at 6 a.m.
Oh, I'm up already.
That's right.
With the kids.
And then we're adding a 9 a.m. class a couple days a week. So we've got the 9 a.m. barbell class, but on Mondays and Fridays we're going to add also the now a sit fit class. I think that'll be popular. We tested it today. We had 5 people on it today.
Yeah, I feel like that's how it was when we first started regular Zoom classes. Then people start trickling in,
right?
Especially those 9 a.m.ers who are always at 9 a.m. class. Just do the sit fit.
It'll be neat for people to see each other at those times. The other thing we're going to do is we've added in some, and because this has been approved by the governor, is doing workouts outside. So in parks and those kinds of things. So
they have approved that. Yeah, that's great.
So we're going to be out. So we're going to do very limited attendance, spaced appropriately, but we're going to do some park workouts, track workouts at different locations throughout the local area, and we'll invite members. They'll sign up on MindBody app, and then I think that'll be a lot of fun. Jamie Lee's offered to coach, so we're going to do one on Tuesday morning at 6:30, and then on Thursday morning at 9 a.m.
That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah,
it'll just be nice to be able to, just like yesterday when we were giving out equipment, even though we were all in mass and maintaining safe distance and one in at a time, you still get to see people.
Oh yeah,
and talk to them from a distance. And it's nice. So I think that kind of stuff.
I think that'll be really cool. And then on Wednesday evenings, instead of our regular Zoom trivia, which was dying off,
but they're so fun.
I know.
I loved
it. We're gonna do a Wednesday night workout, hangout, drive-in thing in the parking lot out in front of Diablo. Sweet. And we'll have a kind of a registration sign in because we got to be careful we don't have 200 people show up. But we will have a designated number of spaces and spots for people, and then it'll be every other parking space. People just set up right behind their car. Yep. More than adequate space from each other. We'll be able to see each other, hang out, maybe do a little workout. And
maybe a little grilling.
Yeah, maybe maybe a little grilling, and maybe a little adult beverages. So
there you go.
I think I think that would be a lot of fun. We're gonna try that on Wednesday night at 7:00 and see if it works. If it works, then we'll do it again.
Absolutely.
So more Zoom. We also gave out a bunch more equipment. We literally have almost no equipment in this gym now.
It's empty here.
We decided to allow rowers to go out. Those went fast, and I apologize if somebody didn't get a rower. If you didn't get a rower and you really want one, let us know. Send an email to info@diablocrossfit.com, and what we'll do is we'll just rotate the rowers between members.
I think that's fair, yeah.
We'll let them have it for a little while.
Yeah, because there's we have a month to fill here.
Yeah.
So that'd be fair.
Oh, yeah. So, and then... let me see. So we got more Zoom, more fun, and then we're going to talk about the Masters.
Yep. This just came down. That they have decided that the season is over for the age group.
Yeah.
The Masters and the teenagers divisions.
Oh yeah. Hold on.
You're biased.
I am biased. So the Masters. So I'm sorry, I'm kind of multitasking here. There's someone out. It's funny. We talked about equipment, right? Mm-hmm. People picking up equipment. There's someone outside waiting to pick up equipment. Yeah. Well, that person is going to wait.
Yep.
Yeah. So the Masters. Well, let's do the Masters first and then the games, right? So the Masters. They ended the competition as of today. Mm-hmm. They are not awarding a top or the podium positions and the prize money. That's a bummer. I thought they would do that to the people that did the best in the age group on the qualifier.
It seems that would be a fair thing to do, considering you have to pay to do the qualifier. Yeah,
and so no, you don't actually pay to do the age. No, you don't have to pay to the age group qualifier. So I think it's. I totally understand, right? Mm-hmm. Because CrossFit doesn't have the resources nor do all the athletes that are participating have the necessary resources to prepare for a games competition. And nor did they, in some countries, didn't have adequate resources to actually participate in the age group online qualifier.
Right, you were saying that
because they had already started. There was already countries that were sheltering in place, and they couldn't participate. So it's so I understand. It makes sense. It's a bummer for Shannon Aiken, Diablo's CrossFit's only master to qualify for the games this year. Shannon Aiken kicked ass in the 55 to 59 age group, killing it, and he is. Unfortunately unable to go. And what's terrible there is that he hurt his back last year during the age group qualifier. He most definitely would have qualified last year.
Yeah.
So he hurt his back last year, got shut out, made it this year, and then gets shut out again.
He did really well.
Oh, Shannon's a beast.
Yeah.
And it's a bummer and he also does really well in competition, like at the event. Like he's a better in competition event or an in competition competitor than he is actually at a gym. Yeah, absolutely.
That's definitely a bummer. It's hard because CrossFit's kind of in a tough spot right now.
Yeah, they're in a very tough spot.
And it's probably we don't know at this point what they're going to do with the national champ situation, with the CrossFit Games in general. We have heard that they're going to be doing something at Aromas, but we don't know what. You had the idea of top 10, do some online qualifiers in the top 10, make it to the Aromas for the last couple of days of competition, but we don't know, and they're probably scrambling right now to figure out what the heck they're going to do.
Oh yeah.
So we don't know.
Well, the Masters will, Shannon said he's already starting to prepare for the Open for October, for the next one. And then the games in Aromas, it's only the top 10.
Yeah.
And those top 10 are, we speculate that it's the top 10.
Exactly.
Let me correct that. Yeah. I need to be careful there. Sorry about that. No, it's going to be a limited event.
Yeah.
And
no spectators.
We've just talked about it in and amongst ourselves that it's unlikely that they'll be able to bring in all of the athletes from around the world, all of the international athletes who have limited travel options right now, especially with COVID. Mm-hmm. So I think it's going to be a very limited competition with 20, maybe 30 athletes, individual athletes. I don't know what they'll do with teams. Aromas is not a big spot. Aromas cannot have fans. Dave Castro cannot hold major events there. That's the county that doesn't let him do that.
Well, and there's a super limited amount of space. So how many events are you going to be able to actually do?
Yeah, it would be. Well, that's right. That's the other thing. Maybe they can go to the beach if the beaches are open and they have to do that. So it'll be interesting to see. But nonetheless, I think at the end of the day, and we've talked about this, the fittest person in the world will be crowned, and everybody will have no doubts that person is the fittest in the world.
I trust that.
Yeah, right.
It might not be the top 20.
That
we want to see. It might not be the perfect thing, but as long as they get the number one, that's what they're worried about.
Yeah.
And then next year we can get back to normal.
Yeah, and that's what the hope is.
Yeah.
Well, cool, man. That's the lowdown right now, and appreciate you taking the time to do this. And thank you everybody for your support. It's been awesome. We get amazing messages. The people wanting us to charge their cards for their memberships, and in this very difficult time, it's much appreciated. And Yvonne and I are super grateful, and we look forward to reopening and having this place look amazing. Which we've got a lot of projects going on, and it certainly will. So thanks everyone.
Thanks guys.
Justin.